for watching my tour of my 2006/2007 Roadtrek SS Agile. It's a Dodge 2500 chassis with a straight 5-cylinder Mercedes-Benz diesel engine. It hums and purrs like a kitty. It only had 80,000 miles on it when I bought it. It only has a couple of issues with it, and the main one is this cover was missing. This is a cover that vents the refrigerator, so I have to order that. There's where you expel the waste, hook up water, propane, electricity, all that kind of stuff. That's the vent for your furnace, which I learned very quickly gets super hot when you're running the furnace, and I burnt my hand. Plenty of beautiful windows to look out of, although I'll say I keep these large windows, the shades down on them most of the time. I leave the shades on the back windows open. Has the tire caddy on back. Has a very nice awning that I've never used. I've rolled it out and tested it, but I've never used it. But it is the smallest wheelbase Sprinter van you can get. It's 19.4 feet. And I believe it's 148-inch wheelbase. It's very small. You can literally park it anywhere. So I want to apologize right up front. I could have cleaned the cabin and the coach so that you had a beautiful cleaned up shot, but who am I kidding? This is a lived-in vehicle. Nevertheless, this is the cabin area. I have the attachment for my smartphone there, attachment for my iPad mini there for directions from Google. Thank you, Google. It's pretty simple, but gets the job done. This is the trash can. I invented that. Nobody from Roadtrek had to invent that. I did it myself. So a quick look at the galley area. Obviously I have a Dometic refrigerator. It's a pretty decent size. It's not one of the largest I've seen, but there's ample room in there. You have a pretty nice amount of counter space. Sink. Of course, the sink has the cover. It adds more counter space. And we have a 2-burner stove, which is very lovely. Right here, some more drawer space. This is my electronics drawer. This is my silverware drawer. Over here is the microwave. That's all I'm ever using. I'll never use this burner ever. I'm just not cooking. If it can't be cooked in a microwave, I'm not cooking it. I will say it's a convection oven / microwave, so I may do some baking in there using the convection oven. But that's probably going to be about it. This is the bathroom, shower, and wardrobe area. So when the shower door opens, you have a nice mirror there, which I've never used. You have a fogged glass, a little bit of light in. You have another light at the top. This is your shower nozzle, which also doubles as a sink nozzle. I've taken it down from its shower stand right there. You have a couple of shelving units in there. And then you have this magnificent toilet. Isn't she lovely? Nevertheless, that isn't the cleanest. Clean enough for me, though. Don't even start on me about my bed. For me, the bed is made. I know for women, the bed would not be made. But the blanket's on top. It's got a sheet on it. It's got the pillows, a couple of throw pillows. It's a RV queen, which I think is a little bit shorter than a standard queen. Nevertheless, there's plenty of room. I can't sleep this end to this end. So if I do, I curl my legs and lay on my side. Or I sleep this corner all the way to this corner. Here's the view from the bed looking forward. A large TV that's too large. I'll be taking that TV down. It's humongous. There's no reason to have a TV that large in a RV this size. Looking back forward to the wardrobe, shower, and galley area. So the last thing we'll look at is storage. We'll do that very briefly. You have ample storage above the galley. Tons of food. Never run out of pork skins, ever. So I put food there. This one is cleaning supplies and such. This one is plates, cups, more silverware, a little bit of food, stuff like that. This last one here I use for clothes. I have my big jacket in there, t-shirts, shorts, pajamas, socks, things like that go in this compartment. This huge compartment in the back is where I store my guitar. It's large enough to not only store my acoustic guitar in a case, but I can also throw clothes and other bags of things in there with it as well. This is the largest storage section in the whole thing. Finally, there's the over the cabin storage area, which is here. I don't really have much in there right now. I have a few cleaning supplies, some bags, and a fly swatter. Always have a fly swatter, children. That's what I learned about RVing. Finally is the control panel. Here's your Onan gen set. You can remote start the generator from here. It works right. Next to that's your hot water heater if you want to have hot water. I've only just turned that on once to test it. There's your inverter, so you convert DC power to AC power to run 110. This is your patio lights on and off. So there's patio lights out by where the awning is that I showed you earlier. And here's your instrumentation panel to tell you where you're at. So it says I'm 2/3 full on LPG gas, which is propane. The fresh tank is 2/3 or 3/4, sorry, 3/4. And the holding tank is half, it says. And the battery is full, so that's good news. When you don't have water plugged into the outside, you have to have the water pump on, so you do that there. That allows you to run the sink and the bathroom and all that. If you're not using it, you turn it off. And then here's your battery on and off switch. This is a fuse panel. You have a fire alarm. This works. Here's a better look at the galley area. There's your sink. There's the Dometic refrigerator. Over from the sink is your 2-burner LP gas stove, propane gas stove. Storage underneath. I'd call that a pretty large microwave, especially for a unit this size. Underneath that door is access to your plumbing. Next to that is your furnace, which will absolutely run you out of here. I don't care how cold it gets. That furnace will keep you warm as long as it's working. I have tested that in 20-degree weather. So to answer the last question I get about my RV is, can you stand up in it? Understand I'm a 6'4.5" foot guy, over 6'4". I cannot stand up straight. This is me standing up straight. So I have a slight hunch all the time. Nevertheless, I navigate through here very well. It doesn't take long before you learn that you just walk with your head like this. And one thing I'll do sometimes at night is just do this. I'll just walk with this ahead of my head. That way I just make sure I don't bang anything. Probably the thing that I've banged the most would be heading into the cabin area. So you learn really quickly when you're headed back from the coach into the cabin area that you have to watch out for this. As you can see, it's probably a good 10 to 12 inches lower than the actual roof. You must duck your head when you're moving to the back to the driver's seat. So I hope you've enjoyed touring my 2006/2007 Roadtrek SS Agile as much as I've enjoyed showing it to you. I've loved it so far. I'm learning as I go, but it's so compact and convenient. It gets about 21 miles to the gallon. I can park it in any parking space, literally. It's super agile, hence the name. And I think I made a good decision. I would prefer a newer one, obviously, but taking that depreciation and spending well over $100,000 for a van was just something I couldn't make myself do. So we got a good deal on it. Only a couple of issues. I have an inverter issue. The inverter doesn't work on the battery, so I got to get that fixed. But off of the generator, it works. Shore power works fine. The battery works fine to run all the 12-volt stuff. Haven't had any problems there. The bathroom works fine, although I've sprung a leak now. When you flush it, it leaks. I don't know why. Thankfully, it doesn't leak all the time. It only leaks when you flush it. And since it is a combined shower/bathroom, you have the floor that just drains the water out. So it's not an issue. You don't have water draining into the floor of the RV or any of that kind of craziness. So there's a couple issues I have to get fixed, but overall, I would say I love my Roadtrek SS Agile.